A non-zero amount of time has passed since the last video that came out is a good way of describing it. What have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of things, none of which are your business. I've been going to barn burning parties. I've been seeing pigs. Oh wow! What the fuck? What's the what's the pig's name? Faith. God damn. I've spent a healthy amount of time on TikTok too, and I've been seeing a lot of masculinity tips on there. A lot of bro science maxing, a lot of test maxing, a lot of looks maxing, a lot of height maxing, a lot of penis length maxing. I've been seeing a lot of vril maxing. I'm sure you've been seeing a lot of these videos. I was talking to my brother and some of my friends about it. These young, they're not necessarily young, but these guys will go on TikTok and they'll spew a bunch of nonsense about how, oh, if you don't do this, your test levels, your testosterone is going to be garbage. You're going to be gay.
A lot of young men these days suffer from low testosterone. I'm going to give you 5 simple steps that you can follow to boost your testosterone levels naturally.
Watch out, man, because these 5 things will decrease your testosterone levels. 5 things that are causing you to have low testosterone.
It's just the people that are like hyper analyzing every micro behavior that a human being makes and talking about, oh, that's why your test is suboptimal. That's why you're not that's why you can't you're lonely. You can't get women because you slouch when when you work and you don't have blue light glasses on. A lot of the advice that they'll render onto the target demographic is just young men who will spend money on classes and products that are bullshit. But some of the advice is just standard stuff. Like, you shouldn't even need advice that's like, oh, don't eat like a ton of processed sugars, and like, hey, you should work out and drink water. But that advice only gets you so far on TikTok. You need to start upping the ante a little bit if you're going to get more views, which leads to the more esoteric and niche masculinity advice. I can't find this one TikTok, but it was a guy that was saying, like, do not sleep with tight box. Don't sleep with anything on. Sleep naked. Because if you have anything constricting your testicles, it's gonna kill your, it'll decrease your endogenous testosterone production. And it was the typical no sources cited, no research given to back the claims. It was just, here, I'm going to say this on TikTok, and you'll believe me if you don't want to be a subprimal fuck. And it made me so mad, because it was like, every night I sleep with a heated blanket on, right? Because I live in a cold part of the country, and it keeps me nice and warm. I sleep with a heated blanket. They would tell me that that's bad. I'm going to get balls cancer because I do that, and I'm going to get low test and like bad sperm. But then in the same breath, these same people will turn around and they will say, oh, you have to blast your cock and nuts and anus with the sun.
Blast your balls with sunshine. If you expose your testicles to the sun for 10 minutes a day during 2 weeks, here's what happens. Testosterone increased by up to 200%.
A lot of guys think that I'm joking around when I tell them to sun their balls.
With pure UV radiation, you have to expose your testicles to the #1 proven carcinogen that there is on Earth. You have to just lay bare your nuts to the sun so that you can sun your balls, which is the most ridiculous. There's no science supporting it.
How fucking primal is it to just go face your asshole to the sun and spread them cheeks, bro? It's like the most primal thing I can think of. Any localized activity and localized exposure from stimulation to something, hormetic response in your testes from something directly on your testes will be occurring in the testes. It's not going to enhance how much pituitary output there is of LH and FSH. So that is something to be mindful of.
You have to sun your balls to improve your testosterone. They will also suggest to you that you eat raw eggs, that you eat raw bull testicles, no matter whether or not you have the means of getting that. That's an auxiliary point that they don't address. You should be mewing. You should be mewing as well on top of this, because now you have to get into the realm of looksmaxing. Essentially, looksmaxing is where the same category of people who make the test maxing, the testosterone boosting videos, the advice. It's those same guys, maybe a few different guys, and they will go up there and they will tell you to do everything short of smashing the bones in your face. No, actually, no, they don't even stop there. There's a legit thing called bone smashing that they do.
I've been experimenting on and off with bone smashing to see if I can improve my facial structure.
Where you just fucking punch the bones in your face with either a Theragun or just your fists to try and like temper the structure of your bones. It'll be some guy, and he'll be like, this is how I went from looking like this, and it'll just be like a normal picture of him when he was probably just like 2 or 3 years younger. It'll be a guy going through puberty, which is the funniest part. Like you're not done. Your face isn't done developing. So whatever technique you did, it's not what drove the change in your face. It'll be some young guy like, this is what I did. These are the 3 tips I used to change my looks from this to this.
I changed my face from this to that by using 3 simple steps, and you can do that too and gain a more chiseled and well-defined jawline.
And then it'll be like the stupidest things that they don't work. It's the most dumb stuff that if you have half a brain, which most people on TikTok don't, if you have like an IQ of 1 or 2, you can deduce that this is not going to help you. It'll be like, I did nose exercises. Like, it'll be him like fucking pushing his nose around with his index finger. He'll be like, I went into a calorie deficit. It's like, what? You mean you lost fat and you look better? No shit. By far my favorite channel on TikTok that does this type of content is a guy called Looksmaxer. No, Looks Matter. Never mind. Looks Matter. And the whole thing is just the whole page is him being blackpilled because he probably hates his life. So, he makes these videos called Most Brutal Mogs of All Time, and he posted the same video like 4 times, and it's just, here's the video. It's just a guy, he plays Bass Hunter in the background of just pictures of professional bodybuilders and models standing next to like just normal dudes, and he'll be like, this is what you can look like if you follow my tips. Some of the other guys are equally as bad. He'll say, here's what I eat every day to maintain my optimal testosterone levels. And it'll be a video of just a guy eating like basically raw steak. Like it's not cooked. It's not cooked at all. It's sort of seared on the outside, but the inside is just raw meat. It's disgusting. He'll eat raw eggs. He'll eat testicles, like just raw bull testicles or some other variation of testicles. These people don't have jobs either, which is an important part of this fact. These are unemployed. These are unemployed people who have a lot of time on their hands. They're just like, well, here's how you can look max by putting a therum into your cheekbone or a Theragun. They're basically all just the I Am Alpha M or Jeremy Fragrance, but like on a very tight budget. And they don't actually know what they're talking about. Because at least when I Am Alpha M goes up on his channel and he talks about, what is a Sigma male? He has like some like degree of authority on the subjects he talks about. The rest of these people are just like, they're
You guys need to figure out your phenotype.
No, you don't have to figure out your phenotype. You need to get a job, actually. You need to earn money. I can't always tell which ones of the videos are jokes and which aren't, because I'm pretty sure this is satire. This is Juano versus Alejandro. It looks maxing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the whole looks maxing thing is also the gateway into just very thinly veiled racism. Here's a chart. I probably don't need to explain the chart that much to explain what's going on here. And then this chart is then used to give context to some incredibly coded racial language, such as this TikTok right here. So that was, some of them are funny, but some of them are just flat out racist. That's it. Please follow Looks Matter on TikTok.